All right, everybody, welcome to Market Pros, where I upload morning analysis every single day. And every Saturday, we interview the top YouTubers, crypto, and market professionals. My guest today is the Metaverse Explorer. Welcome back.
Sorry, didn't have my mic on. Hello, hello, welcome. Thank you very much for having me. Appreciate your time.
Oh, thank you. It's my pleasure. First of all, how long have you been in Star Atlas?
Star Atlas, I've actually been in it not from the very beginning, but I managed to get into the community right after the first poster launch. So I got in at the second poster stage. So that would be, I don't know, 9 months from now, maybe give or take a year or so. So I heard about them. I did a little bit of DD about them, saw the team, saw some interviews about it, and I thought this requires some of my attention. And I managed to snag some posters for myself, and I'm very happy I did that. And I've been in the community ever since.
Gotcha. So what first got your attention? Like what first got your interest in Star Atlas, just the game as a whole?
Yeah, sure. So the game as a whole came after the NFTs that got my attention. So I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Rebirth posters. I'm a big fan of AR, VR, augmented reality, virtual reality, and I just generally think that's like the next big thing to happen to us at technology wise, retail technology wise. So the posters, I don't know if anyone's familiar, but you can actually view the posters in augmented reality, and they had great music in them. So I put on my phone, and it was on the computer screen, and all the comets and all the ships came out of the screen, and it was just very interactive, very cool. And I was like, oh my god, they put a lot of work into this. They actually hired someone to do this properly with great sound, with well known artists, and I was like, oh, these guys, they're actually doing something pretty cool. I should read more about them. And so after that interactive experience with the posters, I read more about the game, about the vision, the white paper, and I was like, okay, that's it. I have to make an allocation to this game.
So, speaking of allocation, what is your, compared to the rest of your portfolio? I'm not looking for an exact dollar amount, but compared to the rest of your portfolio, what is your capital allocation in Star Atlas?
Well, my capital allocation in the beginning, it was a small allocation. So, just like, as in crypto, everything is slightly speculative. So, you have to be very cautious. I first started out with only a 5% allocation of my total capital to Star Atlas. And then once the IDO happened, once the tokens got released, holy crap, those tokens went a lot higher than I expected. So, they took up a large portion of my allocation. It went up to about I think 20 or 30% or something, which is more than I was comfortable with for an early stage game. And that's what they are. They still are an early stage game. They might be producing items, but they're still early stage. Just there's no official game out yet, is there? So now my capital allocation has gone down to around 10 to 8%, give or take. And this is across multiple assets in the ecosystem, from collectibles to ships to the Polis staking, to Polis, the token itself. I currently don't actually hold any Atlas because it is the in-game token. I use that to buy more ships and just compound my rewards. So
Right.
that's my allocation at the moment. But I'm keeping my eye on those collectibles.
Gotcha. Yeah, when I first found Star Atlas, I was a little speculative, especially since I got scammed the very first day I was in it.
Oh
But I mean,
no!
it was my fault, those Discord airdrops. Yeah, they
Oh
they
no! Of
got
course,
me.
man. Come on,
Yeah.
come on.
Yeah. Hey, the first time I've ever been scammed in crypto, and
Oh wow!
I've been in it for a little over 3 years. Very first time, 6 Solana. So
Oh wow!
could have been
Damn.
could have been a lot more
Could have been a lot
brutal.
worse. Your
Yeah.
entire wallet could have been gone. Yep.
Right. Well, that wallet was gone, but it was a burner wallet.
Oh,
So,
see, that's good. You had
yeah.
you had good structure. You
Yep.
had good. Yeah, you were prepared.
Yeah, at least I had a burner wallet. So then I already know that whatever I put in that burner wallet is what I'm willing to
Yep.
lose, you know.
Yep.
So when I first started out, I was a little speculative because, there wasn't a game out.
Yep.
I got in like 4 days, 5 days after the snapshot for
Yep.
the
Color
Rebirth
posters.
and Legends. Yeah.
Oh
S-
no. Yeah, you
Yep.
missed it just barely.
Right, barely. And then, as time went on and as I did a deeper dive into it, my allocation raised quite a bit. Now, when I first got in it, I only had one ship. It was all into Atlas. And so I was trading Atlas and that and Bitcoin for a while because Atlas had a lot of alpha to it. And
Yep.
yeah, so I was trading those big swings. I started with about 12K, turned that into 48K. Or no, it was like 45K. So then I haven't taken any of that money out.
Yep.
That's my Atlas allocation because it was about 5% at first, but now it's probably up, 15, 20%. Um, and yeah,
But
that's what I'm
the
gonna.
the token value itself has depreciated though. So
Oh
has that
yeah.
yeah? So has that kind of changed your position allocation to it?
Oh yeah. I have no Atlas whatsoever.
Ah, right,
I sold all my Atlas when it dropped below that major support.
right.
Those big swings down. When it dropped below that major support level, I sold all my Atlas, put it into ships. Same thing with Polis. When Polis broke $6, I was talking about $1.50. Everyone thought I was crazy. And I'm like,
Ah,
look,
you were right.
it broke that major macro support. I mean, it's not really macro yet, but
Yeah,
macro
yeah.
to
It was only been
Polis.
out for so long.
Right. And I'm like, I'm telling you, this thing's making the full retrace. I've seen it before. And where's it at now? It's almost where it came out at. You know what I
Yep, that's
mean?
right.
Yep. And that's the thing. Like these altcoins, they'll have a huge pump and then they'll just slowly break down. And next thing you know, they do a full retrace,
Yeah,
you
I
know?
think part of the problem currently in Solana and some of the other protocols is it's they release their tokens with such a very low float, like a 1% or 2% to public allocation. It comes out, the price goes up significantly because everyone else might want that token. Then there's no liquidity, there's very small supply. But then you start farming it on Radium or you start auto compounding it on
Yeah.
Tulip, and people get these crazy APYs, 400%, 1,000%, and all of this is just all these new tokens coming onto the market, adding continual sell pressure onto the token. So there's nowhere else for these tokens to go because on Tulip, as soon as the token's emitted, the Tulip sells that token on the market and recompounds your position. So that's how you get those crazy high APYs, but it means there's constant sell pressure on it. And that's what I've seen with Atlas as well. There isn't a giant strong demand as there was when the game first started, when the community first started with the marketing and stuff. It's supply and demand. Not many people want
Yeah.
it. You can buy ships with it, but apart from that, that's it. You can't do much
Right.
else with it.
Yep. Buy ships and trade it. And
Yeah, that's it.
trading isn't very profitable right now unless you've been in a short since, it broke that
Since
support
like two
level.
months ago, yeah.
Yeah, really. So I'm sure that, I'm sure that you believe in Star Atlas. Obviously, you wouldn't be here, but why do you believe in it long term?
Yeah, that's a good question and something that I get very often as well, especially on my YouTube channel. So I got into it because one, I like games. Two, that's a very simple answer.
Yeah.
Two, I like space faring games where there's the adventure, where's the unknown, where you don't know what you're going to get into once you go into this sector, or you're going to mine this rare NFT or that sort of stuff. What I believe in it long term is the vision that they're trying to create, and I think they believe in the vision as well that they're trying to create. The way they talk and the way they present themselves, super professional. They seem to have a grip on what the product is that they want to release. And if the product they want to release is actually what they say, that holy crap, it is going to be a lot bigger than what they aspire to be.
Oh yeah.
I believe in it because there's the whole gamification slash metaverse play. The metaverse has been played out a little bit. The word is starting to fade away a bit. Not many people care about it at the moment. But I would say that they are starting to build the building blocks of what I would say would be a metaverse, where we can go in, create our own items, and then be able to market or sell or take control of our own property in there. Um, yeah, I don't know how else to say it. I really want to play the game, and it is a game that I would play. So I'm here to support them either through YouTube videos or through trading my ships, buying my ships, and helping the community out where I can.
So, how can they improve? Like, how can the Star Atlas team improve more than what they're already doing right now?
Yeah, sure. So I think two things they could really improve on. The first thing is uh, getting their communication right. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
they do have good communication, they have fine communication, but like they're building this ship as they're flying it. Some one week we'll have something come out, and then the next week we'll have a town hall or a Twitter Spaces where the information we get sometimes might contradict the previous week. So, for example, this whole cream and scream and ship mining and all of this, they've pivoted a lot of times. I currently don't know to believe them that they have a solid plan of what they want to attack. So at the beginning in Star Atlas, they were saying, okay, we're going to do this phase 0, and then phase 0 of ship mining, and then we'll go phase 1 of ship missions, and then go to shipbuilding, crafting, all of this sort of stuff. Now they've kind of pivoted. It's all coming back to say, okay, we've got lots of these ships, and now we're going to focus on crafting, and
Yeah.
that's not good now. We want to give people the ability to actually use their ships now, because that's what's going to drive engagement. So now they've pivoted everything away, and they've pivoted towards ship missions. And this is only between like the last week or so. So that's one thing. They need to improve on their internal communication and how they use that information to disseminate it outside to the community, to people like us. Because from outside, all we see is like, you made this decision, and then now you're making that decision over there, and now you're making that. It's all over the place, right? We don't see a clear line, do this, build on this one, and then go straight forward, one step in front of each other. They're zigzagging across the whole field.
Yeah.
The next piece of advice I would say is what they're not doing well is, yes, they're not giving us the next iterations of the things that they said they were going to build. So they're building the marketplace that's going to come soon, which they have already released something, but it's not there yet. They need to build on it. The ship missions are coming. And this is the problem. I keep saying this is coming. This is coming. This is going to be coming soon. There's not much actually been released. All we've seen so far is ship staking, NFTs with action shots, and then just a Serum Dex interface. That's pretty much it. There's nothing else. So it's not really much of a game, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I think, and they've heard this as well. They that's why they're saying they're going to be releasing a WebGL version of the ship missions instead of a text base. So it's going to be like DeFi Land, if anyone knows it in Solana, or something interactive on your web browser. That's what they're aiming for at the moment.
Gotcha. Yeah,
Yeah,
I feel like they're kind of just figuring it out as they go. But I
yeah,
mean,
yeah. They are.
yeah, but I mean they have very big aspirations, and I mean if this game succeeds, it'll be, I think, the greatest game that has ever existed. If it really turns out to be what, everybody thinks it is and what they portray it as, eventually becoming, you know, I mean, and I think that's why a lot of people believe in this, is because if they do pull it off, it's going to be huge. It's going to be huge.
Yeah. Like I make comparables to like EVE Online or some of
Yeah.
the other spacefaring MMOs, and these communities have like zealot communities. These people in there, they've been playing it since the beginning. They don't leave because they feel how addicting it is and how great it is to be in that ecosystem. And especially now that we have blockchain and you have your own custody of your own assets, that actually gives you power. Instead of playing for fake game money, you can actually
Right.
be paying for Atlas or Polis, and that's an income you could earn.
Hmm.
And that is a super attractive proposition to people in third world countries and South American
Yeah.
countries. Be like, yeah, sure, I can earn $5 a day. That's like my whole month's wage. Yes, hell yeah, I'm going to do that.
Hmm.
So yeah, so as you say, and I totally agree, if they actually pull off this, it's a giant vision. They will be one of the biggest crypto games. Maybe not games per se, but crypto games in the world when they actually do launch the official game in like 2, 3, 4 years when it comes down.
Yeah, I guess it would just be the best game that ever existed to me, because
Right.
I love space games. Those are like my favorite types of games. And I'm not really, and that's the thing, like I used to be a gamer, and for the last 6 years, I really haven't been, because like I've been so busy trying to build wealth and success, like I couldn't let myself play a video game and not feel like crap about it, because I'm basically,
Same here.
yeah, yeah, because I'm basically paying, I might not
Yeah,
be
you're
paying
giving your
for
time.
exactly, exactly. That's opportunity cost,
Exactly.
and but yeah, so when I found out that there are play to earn games, that's what originally sparked my interest back into this is or into Star Atlas was the fact that you could play to earn. I've never really dove deep. I messed around with the sandbox a little bit, but that was just trading. The only thing I did there was buy land and sell it for 10 times the amount, 6 months
Hey,
later.
that's fine. That's
Yeah.
good.
Right, you're right. But it was never like I was never interested in the game. I'm like, okay, well this is like an adult version of Minecraft with real
Yep,
money. So but then when I found this, I'm like, now this could be fun,
yep,
and you earn money, you know. And like you said, like these third world countries, they'll make a full-time living off of this. That's amazing. You know what I mean? All you need is an internet connection and a computer,
that's
you
right.
know? And
Yeah, it just cuts down the entire boundaries of geopolitical issues. Like
right.
for these people that earn a small amount in their countries, and this is why we've seen some countries actually don't like it, like Philippines going after Axie Infinity a while,
Hmm.
because people don't want to work in their local economy where they can earn $3, whereas they can play Axie Infinity or Star Atlas and earn $10 a day. Why wouldn't you? Like you're
Right.
doing what's good for you, right? It's just your country that's not looking after you to pay you, good enough wages.
That's right. That's right. So there's been, I mean, of course, you're going to have your FUD, and a lot of people want to know, is it a scam? There has been a lot of people that have said it's a scam. You know, maybe they haven't dove deep enough, but there is definitely a lot of pushback on this game. It doesn't have gameplay yet, which, we understand why. I mean, if you've dove deep into it, you know that they've already told you that it's 4 to 6 year roadmap. I mean, they're kind of just building it as we go, and but to those people that think it's a scam, say it's a scam, what would you have to say to them?
First off, I'd like to address why people keep coming out and saying it's a scam. People are generally unhappy. When people invested in something and the price was this high and then it goes to this low, people get unhappy, especially on the internet, and then they start throwing shade, throwing FUD all around without
Yeah.
actually a lot of information, to be honest. So the Star Atlas themselves have said the game, and you said the game is coming out in like 3, 4 years. That's a long time from now. That is a very long horizon. And in crypto, people don't think in years. They think in weeks. They think in
Yeah.
days. Can I make a profit on this right now? Can I like flip this, trade this NFT? Can I get this in a week? Double my money, triple my money. And because they've had that experience before in crypto, they always expect this to keep going. But people don't have the patience to wait a couple of years for a company to build something and to actually produce something of good quality for it to come out. People don't want to wait. And
Right.
that's just part of crypto. That's what's taught us at the moment. Bear markets and bull markets come and go. You can make money easily. That's crypto. Um, so yes, people do say that it is a scam, and that is a fair thing for them to say. Um, Only because they don't have the information. They don't have the information that the rest of the communities have. Okay, I'm sure if they don't come to town halls, they don't look at any of the updates, they don't look at any of the transparency reports, like the roadmap updates every Friday. Um, for me, I strongly believe it is not a scam, but that's me. That's because I have the information I have. If anyone else has the same information I'm sure that they would say it's also not a scam. I don't know what to say to these guys because sometimes this is like an irrational argument. You can't argue against someone else's feelings, right? They
Right.
feel it's a scam. You can't argue against that. I can say I've seen the team members, I've seen the products they've released, I've seen the track record so far, I've seen the increase in the staff members that they've done, and I've seen the internal workings of some of their products. So to me, I'm like, no, how is this a scam? These guys are all public. We can see the products that they're releasing, and there's actually great products. Like when the missions came out, that was great. Everyone was like, oh, this took too long. And then as soon as they started playing, oh, like, holy crap, this is actually pretty good.
Right.
Have you played the ship missions yourself? Not the ship missions. That's the ship staking.
Yeah.
Um, it's a nice experience to do,
Right.
even though it is just clicking.
Hmm.
Nothing's been hacked. It's all been going fine so far. You just keep collecting your atlas and you keep going.
I've probably bought
So,
I've probably bought like 3 or 4 ships just with the earnings.
hey, nice.
Yep.
Very nice. Yeah. So, like, that whole experience has been so smooth. And they've gone through the whole building, testing, quality assurance processes to make sure that you had this really nice experience. Not many other crypto games do that at the moment. So, to me, that's like a notch in their book to say, yes, that they're good. They are building something. It just takes a while to build it.
Yeah.
So another argument where people say that it's a scam is that it's all Ponzinomics, right? It's like you have your Atlas, you can either sell your Atlas and get out, or you go and buy another ship at the moment, which is the only kind of two outs you have. You continue compounding your capital inside the ecosystem, or you take your capital outside of the ecosystem. That's the thing. If you think it's a scam, then you don't have to participate in the ecosystem, right?
Right.
This is the blockchain. No one has access to your assets except for you. You can go and list your assets on Serum Dex right now, and someone will buy it from you, right? Everyone can get out anytime they want. That doesn't sound like a scam, right?
Right.
Scams usually work by attracting new members and making sure that the new members don't leave or can't leave or don't leave, and then they become the entrenched members, and then they have to try and get new people in to extract the value from the new people, and then that value goes to the top. It's not really happening here because one, new people that come in can leave at any time. Okay, they're not trapped by anything. You can sell your assets right now. So to me, that's like one of the hallmarks of a scam, or like a multi-level marketing scheme. You got all the different levels and things. The highest gets all the paid, and then they trickle down. The second person gets paid slightly less and less and less until you get the plebs on the floor. And we're the plebs on the floor. And to be honest, I don't feel like a pleb on the floor because you can sell your assets anytime. You can totally exit. Nothing's stopping you. So to me, that's not a scam. I want to get your opinion. What do you get people saying Cyrus is a scam?
Sometimes, but I don't expect them to
And
have the same level of conviction as I do because obviously, and see, this is the thing. I think if anybody dove as deep as I have, or maybe you have, they would have the same conviction. The people that are saying
yeah,
it's a scam have not researched about it. They don't understand how transparent the team is. They don't
it's
understand
information.
exactly. Yeah, they are, yeah, they could, improve on their communication, but this is the thing. They are trying to improve in all areas. I have spoken to a few members of the team. I've actually interviewed 2 of them already. And I've got their take on, how the team is, how the community is. And they say it's like nothing they've ever experienced before. I mean, the team is very passionate about this game, about the project, the ecosystem. They're passionate about the players, you know, and so that means something, you know. Yeah,
Yeah,
someone's not going to be that passionate about all of this and improving and hiring new team members if they just plan on making it a, bump and run right at the end. You know what I'm
yep.
saying? Like why would they waste all this time? They already have enough. If they ran now, I mean,
Oh,
they
they'd have millions and millions.
exactly,
Yeah,
exactly, millions. So why put all this more time into it? So that's what I say to them, like just research it. If you would research, do a deep dive. Do a deep dive on the team. Like they're very transparent. You can see where everybody's expertise lies and why they're put in the positions that they are put in, and then like if you would just do the deep dive, you would really see what the game's about. You would see why there is not gameplay yet. You
yep.
can't just have gameplay of a game of this scale in a few months or even a
Yeah.
year. You know what I
Takes
mean? Right.
years, man. Look at all the other games that have been building. It takes years for them to say. And like to add to your point, that's the thing. People don't want to do their deep dive. People are very impatient in crypto. People CBF. They're like, yeah, no, I'm just gonna purchase this token. I don't know the team. I don't know the product. I don't know what they're building. But yeah, maybe I'll double it in a month or so.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, and yeah, maybe they don't take the initiative. People don't treat it as an actual like investment. There are people whose jobs it is to just do deep dives. People now in crypto are super lazy, CBF doing it, That's the masses, actually, not the people like you and I who would actually look at something properly before we decide to allocate capital and then how much capital to allocate. Whereas people come into crypto or see Star Atlas and they allocate 100% of their portfolio to Star Atlas, which is a no-no. You never allocate 100% to anything in your life. Crazy.
Right. And then pull
Um,
out once everything starts
yeah,
dropping, because they
yeah,
can't.
and then
Right.
and then you realize the loss, and then you get really sour, and then you start spreading FUD. And I'm like, oh
Yeah.
man, like, this is not a children's game. You're an
Yeah.
adult. Make adult decisions. Like, how do you want me to explain it to you? Really?
Right. So we're almost out of time. Uh, do you have any closing thoughts for the audience?
Yeah, man. I would say start getting engaged in the community. They have town halls all the time. They have the Atlas Brew where you can talk to Santi or Chipto and learn more about the game. If you're just interested in learning about the game, there's lots of avenues for you. There's people on Twitter. There's myself on YouTube. I do weekly content, sometimes twice weekly content on Star Atlas, just to keep you updated. It keeps myself updated first, and then I help package the information for everyone
Oh yeah.
outside.
I watch every one
Um,
of them.
Oh, thank you very much, man.
Hmm.
Hopefully they're good. Yeah,
Yeah.
so get engaged in the community. That's what I would say, because when you're engaged in the community, you understand what's happening, and then you have information asymmetry over everyone else, and then you'll be able to make these arguments to people who come and FUD. Um, the other thing I would say is portfolio allocation. Don't allocate everything you have into one game. Like you go to the store to buy games. You don't put your entire bank account in one game like Elden Ring that everyone's going crazy for at the moment.
Oh,
Um, yeah, that's it. I'm just going to leave it there.
okay. Yeah. So everyone go check out his YouTube channel at the Metaverse Explorer. Great content. I do watch every one of his Star Atlas videos. It will save you a lot of time. He does the deep dives in every new update. He does the deep dives. So that's why I watch. I want to thank everybody for coming out. The Metaverse Explorer's links will be in the description, and I will see you guys in the next one.